Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 787 of Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and I am shockingly joined by Rob Robosboom.
Holy cow. Hello.
I know I stumbled all over that. I'm sorry. Also, Chris DeBona.
No, it's me. Hi.
No, I'm all stressed out because like the audio's all like I'm like trying to pay attention to the audio settings and all of the other things. So
I thought maybe the still of the Meg there had thrown you. It caused you concern.
it might. I'm glad that we got the Meg up there right away because I watched the trailer. Chris, when you asked if you wanted to stream early, that's what I was watching, the Meg 2 trailer.
And I like that it says the biggest Meg I've ever seen. Right?
Yep.
Because
well, they saw that one in the last movie.
Right. And this one's even bigger than
Even
that.
bigger. Well, and that's the next line of the movie says, "That's the largest Meg anyone's ever seen." Like, there's so many Megs. Shut up, Meg.
Yeah.
Shut up, Meg.
Yeah. No, it's a great looking trailer. I
didn't watch the first one. Was it amazing?
It's fun.
No, but it is very entertaining. And
Yeah.
I know you
Look at
share
this.
you share a sort of love for the giant monster movie that I do. So you would enjoy the Meg.
Okay.
It's worth watching for sure.
And he eats paddle boaters. That's fantastic.
Well, that's kind of so the last scene of the first Meg is just him going nuts on a beach. So this apparently is going to be more of that.
Look at that. Look at them choppers.
It's a
And
little.
a lot of people don't realize that the paddle boat was the natural prey of the Meg.
The historic.
Way back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Historically,
That checks out.
paddle boats would migrate across the Atlantic. They would pick off the stragglers.
I got to show you guys. Let me show you a thing. I was at the Vancouver Aquarium yesterday, and I just got to show you this. Just give me one sec. Hold on. Keep talking.
All right. How you doing, Rob? How you feeling? You cool?
Sure. How are you?
I'm all right. Pretty excited about the Meg 2. Also, here's my dumb little win. I got to pick movie night the other day, a couple of nights ago, and after like 5 years of asking, I finally got a kid to say yes, I will watch Star Wars.
Whoa.
So we watched. I got a 1977 pre-special edition rip off the internet of Star Wars, and we watched the very first, the real Star Wars without the CGI Jabba the Hutt. And we get to the end of it, and the kid's like, "All right, that was pretty good. We can watch more later."
Boy, Dad, it doesn't look very good.
I'm waiting for the giant sea lion movie next, right? We
Yeah.
don't have a giant sea lion movie.
The lion.
So this is a sea lion known as AMAC at the Vancouver Aquarium. He weighs 2,100 pounds. I mean,
he should get that surgery.
he's incredible.
Or is that normal for his species? Because that doesn't
No,
look healthy.
He's a unit. Look at that guy.
He is the ANSI standard sea lion unit.
Yeah.
Absolute. Look at this guy. I mean, and when he gets up on the platform, he just goes. Bleh. I mean, like the Meg's got nothing on AMAC here.
Well, maybe that's the sequel. The Meg
Yeah.
3, the sea lion, he falls into some sort of science transporter accident thing that makes him megalodon-sized, and then they have to do battle on the shores of the beach.
Yeah, and when he talks, he goes, well, he has this bark that's just incredible. So
I like that.
Good times. Good times.
So okay, this is just neat. It's just a video of AI robots playing soccer, but like
It's adorable.
it not only is it adorable, but like
They're so cute.
they're doing this on the fly,
damn
and
it.
they're falling down and they're correcting for it. They're doing everything. It's kind of amazing.
I mean,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
look at this and I think
totally.
I wonder what military base they have this, but
Yep.
they're teaching the robots how to murder more efficiently,
hmm
right?
I imagine that
I
that's
think
what's
so. It's
happening at
out of
every.
DeepMind. Yeah, it's DeepMind. What I love is he calls DeepMind. I'm like, do you mean Google DeepMind? That's it.
There's
That's a
not
joke.
DeepMind at Google anymore. They fired all the DeepMinds, Chris.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't. This is the thing about working in a big old company. They think anyone gives a crap who reports to who outside the company.
Yeah, right.
And no one does. No one ever has. They're like, oh, it's out Google DeepMind as opposed to DeepMind, a subsidiary of Google. It's like literally no one cares.
I am actively infuriated by Alphabet and Meta. I think that is the biggest, like biggest cowardice. That's cowardice on the parts of the mega corporation.
Have a conglomerate. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just
use
the
that.
thing is, I think most people just don't care, because look, it's a company.
I think it's actively deceitful.
subsidiaries.
I think it's actively deceitful. I think it's so
No, I
that you
don't.
can't. I know you don't, but I think that it's so that you can do something crappy and 30, 40, 70% of the population won't let that crappy thing that one of your business units does damage the brand.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think
Yeah.
I think it's
Well, like
intentionally
the people
deceptive.
who don't know that YouTube is owned by Google, like that kind of stuff.
People
Or
don't
Waze
know
is
that.
Google.
People don't
Yeah, no,
know
it's
that,
true.
and I think it's wrong. I think that if you
You
do
think it's
business,
wrong?
yeah, I think you should
Okay.
just do business under your brand name and don't lie, because we live in a universe now where there's only like 7 corporations left. There's 1,000 brands, but they're all owned by like 7 different companies, and we should just be honest about that, because people have a right to know, and if you're not clear about it, people will not understand how much of their universe is controlled by like 7 brands. That's just me.
I kind of agree with you, but I'm also to the point, like, what you're asking is for like the lowest common denominator.
Oh.
You're asking for more warnings on the lighter not to eat them, right? If you don't understand that the world is controlled by maybe a dozen mega corporations, you're just not paying attention. Putting a warning isn't gonna lead you to the light if you haven't seen the light already.
I know what
My
you're
2
saying.
cents.
I know what you're saying. I think it's wrong, and I think it's unfair.
I think it's very strong to say it's wrong. I think it's very silly that anyone outside of these companies, that they think anyone cares.
And I think it's actively done with intent to deceive.
No, it's actively done to fit within the generally accepted accounting practices for international finance. That's why it's done. Right? So they're trying to minimize tax, maximize
No, because if they
importation of
wanted to
profits,
do that, they could call it something. They could call it Google France.
No, they do though, right?
but
they don't talk about it. But
right.
Yeah, there's Google France, Google Double, and Google,
But they could
Alphabet,
but Meta could do
Waymo,
that with their 9 different brands.
DeepMind nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one thing when you acquire a brand too. Like when Google acquires YouTube, that I feel they should ultimately be fair about that. But I think that I don't know. I think it's wrong. I think that there's enough confusion in this world, and I think people should be nicer.
A much bigger problem is if you're listening to the Pixies and it shuts off your Google alarm.
I meant to queue up the song, but
That's fantastic.
the song starts with somebody yelling "stop."
Is it? Which one is it? Where is my mind? Is that what shuts off?
It's Where Is My Mind? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I don't have that song queued up. But
That's hilarious.
But I should have. But yep, it's been deleting people's alarms, making people late for stuff. It's actually a real problem, which I think is hysterical.
The first line in the song is "Oh, stop."
Yep.
Interesting.
All right.
That's really funny.
It is. The next one is just a fun little piece on what they're going to do at the space station. They're going to crash it in the ocean, of course, but whether or not they do it in 5 years or 15 years, who knows? But just a story about that. The next one is about deepfakes.
Okay. Let's move on.
Oh, we can. There's nothing to say in the article.
You're not gonna just go over there and boost it into higher orbit and take it over.
They talk a little bit about that, but I don't have the fuel on my craft. Yeah, I don't have the Delta V.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, realistically how much of it will survive and whether it would be worth it to try to get it. You know what I mean? To sell it. I can't imagine it would be. It would be way too hard to find, and I gotta imagine most of it would burn up.
Yeah.
But maybe there'd be a buck to be made if you just happen to be in the area, right, on that day.
I have imagined
and
that they
scoop
are
up what's
gonna.
left.
I imagine there's going to be military vessels patrolling a very large area. um, let's see. Okay, so the people are trying to claim that real videos are deepfakes. This was actually an Elon Musk thing, because it was about the self-driving car stuff that he was saying was going to happen like 6 or 7 years ago, and their lawyers actually, like in court, said, with deepfakes going on, this might not be
Anything could be
real.
true.
And
Yeah.
again, going back to like people being awful and sowing doubt and creating clouds where there should be clarity. This is going to be a terrifying thing in the future, because you can say what they're saying now about a video in 2016 and it's a joke, and you get admonished by a judge. But 5 years from now, about a video made right now, that defense is going to hold up.
But I don't know. Think about all the new industry that would exist from the specialty of determining if a video is fake or not, and having the software that does it. Like
Rob.
This is just more people having a job that is shitty like that, right? Because that's what's going to happen.
Maybe. But that's just an arms race.
Sure, like everything.
Yeah. Makes me sad. That is all.
Do you need a deep fake hug?
Maybe.
From like a body pillow with a couple motors, and it goes, "Oh, Rob,
Maybe.
I'm Elon Musk, and I'm hugging you."
All right, I'll take a deepfake AI telehug. Telehugs. All right, we'll get on it.
According to Elon Musk bot, the telehugs are already as good as a human hug.
Sometimes even better.
According to the video he made in 2012.
Yes. According to the video, he was recorded right after the Zapruder shooting.
Right.
They have a robot that can hug you 1,000 times a minute.
Oh,
so fast you don't even feel every hug.
Rob, you only hug me twice a minute. This isn't good enough.
Yeah. Well, it would be more if you would stand still.
That's true. So Chris is now sharing the Tinder for canceling meetings, which is frankly brilliant idea. Everybody anonymously gets the thing for do you want to attend the meeting, and you swipe left or right, just like Tinder. And if everybody swipes left, you don't go to the meeting is just canceled because everybody hates it. I just think that's awesome.
So the thing I have to ask you is, who are these motherfuckers who have jobs who pay them to not go to their meetings? Wouldn't they be better off having a better job where they only go to the meetings that matter, where people don't fill their calendars with nonsense meetings? And again, I'm going to end my statement with, and probably this is why I was laid off.
Well, the other thing to keep in mind, though, is your position within the hierarchy.
Yeah.
You are the person who they need to talk to get what they want because you're higher up in the org. And also, you're the person who is theoretically creating the meetings, or you have an assistant who's creating the meetings. Man, I would have loved to have had that function back at my last job. Because
early in my tenure at Google, Larry Page sent off this email saying, if your meeting doesn't have a good damn reason, don't go to it. Don't do it. You all are spending too much time in meetings. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Unless there's a decision to be made that can only be made in a face-to-face meeting, don't do it. I'm like, man, I loved circa 2006, 2007 Larry Page.
Yeah.
For that. I was like, damn right.
Back when a company was innovating instead of acquiring.
Instead of having meetings about it.
Meetings about acquiring.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with acquisitions. We did a lot of that. And we did a really good job of it. But
it's not we, Chris.
It's not we, Rob.
It's they.
Indeed.
Yep. It's Alphabet now, Chris.
It's Alphabet. It's Chinatown, Jake.
It's Chinatown. So we've got we've got the Meg 2.
Oh man, that's cool.
So look at the video of this robot. Like, I want this thing to play water polo.
So it's like a stingray.
Yeah, but it can walk on land too.
Oh, look at that. It's using like a semi-rigid sort of rubber, I guess. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Like
I want one.
I've not seen that before, but that's really neat. Like the fact that it can walk on land, that's what the robots are going to use.
Yeah,
Ah,
for
that's
sure.
cool.
I want that so bad to attack that guy.
Yeah, like the Meg. These are little Meg wings.
Yeah.
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg. Yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to show
Gosh,
that.
that's cool.
That's just neat. Guys, are you hungry? Have either
Sure.
of you had a delicious breakfast? Because researchers have finally invented the thing that's going to kill our children because they've got edible batteries.
No. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
save the children.
No, because now
they're
kids
eating lithium ion now,
Mhm.
right? So
No,
they have this so that you can put it in children's toys.
Well,
I
this
guess-
is this is good news because I have a heck of a time passing 9 volts these days.
Yeah, right.
And it's not like I'm going to stop eating them. We all know that.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
They're
And say what you
revolting.
will, I don't think swallowing lithium batteries is a good idea. You know.
Controversial hot take.
It doesn't regulate your moods, despite what you may think.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
What is happening? No, they're really low voltage. They're working on doing it like so that you can do like edible like things for like bio stuff, like stuff they can embed within human bodies. But I just like the idea that I can eat that battery, so I can clearly eat this battery too.
Yeah.
There's gonna
I
be
mean, it's pretty neat.
There's gonna be some
know.
death that occurs in the transition. So
It's like almonds and seaweed and activated charcoal and beeswax and gold foil. All things you can chow down on.
You have to
Technically.
save this. This is going to be the new recipe in the game.
Oh, that's a great one, man. Yeah, definitely
Yep.
save that.
Yep.
you got a
Show
quest.
HN, Moderator Mayhem.
You can have them go on a quest to acquire each of the ingredients.
Sounds like fun.
So yeah, this is Moderator Mayhem. It was going around the Twitter the other day. And it's exactly what you think it is, except what I don't like is that like it's already too easy because they give you the abstraction of the comment. Like you have to read the comment in the real world. You have to read the comment and mentally turn it into that abstraction. That's the hard part.
Yeah, I kind of wish this was an Olympic event because I think I could medal. Got to tell you, I had slashed out with some awesome practice for burning through.
Wait, am I supposed to hit
Comments.
X to moderate something?
It's
Oh, look closer. I get it.
You green check if it passes policy, you red if it fails policy, and the eyeball gives you more information if there's not enough information for you to answer the question based on the summary that it's given to you. It's not anything crazy or anything but like I said, like you don't get these summaries in the real world. You have to read at least a couple of sentences of the comment in order to like mentally transform it into this summary. But yep, a harsh negative review of a novel. Like it's not written that way.
Yeah, it's funny.
But anyway, that was going around. So I figure I got to round 2 and then I was like, I don't need to do this anymore. I did this for 14 years.
This was the life for a long time.
The one thing that I will say is that the thing that is accurate is the way that the game is designed. You can see the cards falling down, and you can see the queue is increasing. That's real because right? You can never win.
It never ends.
It is unyielding and forever. Anyway, we've got X-ray specs. This is a Rob story.
Yeah, this one's just interesting to me. So these Chinese con men convinced these businessmen that they had X-ray specs that were like we saw in our comic books as children, that you could see through clothing. And they had like this elaborate room where they'd put the specs on these men and they'd parade in nude models for them to look at while they're convinced that they're looking through their clothing. And they rip these people off for tons of cash. They
So
got
so
found out because they tried ripping off some guy for like rice or some lunch or something, and he got mad and called the cops.
the trader learned Surya was in town again and visited him, asked for his money back. Instead of having a real gun, they had a fake gun, much like their specs were fake. They threatened him with a fake gun. The trader complained to the police. They arrested the guy.
They were also pitching some sort of like rice container that would charge your rice with electricity or something, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's stupid. All right.
I like that one though.
Chatbot.
Yeah, Wendy's is going to be testing their first AI chatbot at drive-through facilities in the next month or so. According to the article, which of course you can only tell truths when you're a press person for a company.
Oh, yeah.
They said that it is on average more accurate than a human, which I could totally believe. And also, unsurprisingly, it can be programmed in to make sure that it always asks for the upsell. And it will not feel shame about asking you if you want fries with that, or if you would like that supersized or whatever with every single interaction. And they can A/B test it to figure out, what's the most efficient way to do that. And I don't know how many people are answering the drive-through window at fast food restaurants, but those jobs are toast. Like there's no way that those jobs are here.
They still have to put it together and bag it.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're really only pressing a button. They take what you say, press a button, and then so that part of their job's gone. The rest of it, putting it all together, hand it to you, that's still there.
So, all right. So In-N-Out has secret menu items. In-N-Out has, give me a protein burger, that kind of nonsense.
Yep.
They say here that there is Wendy's lingo. Is that a thing, really?
I don't know.
Have you ever called a junior bacon cheeseburger a JBC?
I haven't, but I bet people do.
I mean, can you picture like you're going through I want to like endear myself to the Wendy's AI and use its terms?
Well, if you call it a JBC, you get 25 cents off your fries.
If that was true, everyone would do it because people love saving money, right?
They do. Yeah. Well, only if they're made aware of it. So then what you do is you have the AI be programmed to 5% of the time refer to it by its pet name. And you could, so here's the weird thing. So something like the junior bacon cheese is a lot of syllables, right? If you call it the JBC, maybe it's faster, so you can order more efficiently. So if the AI calls it the JBC 5% of the time and then trains the population to use the shorter phrase, then we can order faster.
Right.
I'm just saying, we're going to soon be controlled by the machines, that's all. And they're going to have those sweet underwater propeller things to drive. So they're going to murder us.
I just want to say, whoever found this story, wow.
That's a Rob for sure.
Is that a Rob?
Yeah, it just reminded me. Remember, it wasn't too long ago. There was another story about a woman who wrote she wrote a murder mystery about, or how to kill your husband, I think was the thing. And she killed her husband. And then here's another lady. So like I said to you, I think this should be like some sort of like horror universe where there are these cursed books out that make people do
that's a good one.
horrible things, right? So we're just waiting for the third installment.
If you write your book on this haunted typewriter, it will all come true.
What's the Jim Carrey movie about the haunted number? 23?
Haunted number.
I don't know.
23.
I gave up on Jim Carrey when he started being all anti-vax with his wife.
So there's a movie called The Number 23. And it's Jim Carrey, and he the number 23 infiltrates his life, and it's all this conspiracy stuff about the number 23. And I will not tell you this is a good movie. In fact, I will tell you that this is a pretty terrible movie, but it might be worth watching sometime.
But it says it's a thriller.
That lady poisoned her husband with fentanyl and then wrote a children's book about how to deal with the death of your father.
Oh, she wrote the book after?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Was it after or like in between? Because she tried to kill him like over a couple of months, right?
She tried many times to kill him.
Yeah.
And then when she got picked up, they found a whole bunch of GHB in her house.
She should have read that other lady's book before she murdered her husband. Like, they should work
Yeah.
together. Like, one helps you with the kill, and then the other helps you with the grief. And then together, they can sell the books as a box set.
Along with some GHB.
Yep.
Mhm.
And some fentanyl. That's awesome. That's just great. She dedicated the book to him. I mean, in all fairness, he was supporting her from beyond, right? I mean, her death, or his death, gave her, the motivation to find a second career.
Yeah,
Isn't
and wouldn't he have
that-
wanted her to have that second career?
Isn't that
Yeah,
really
it-
what being married is all about?
He'd probably want her to be happy.
Yeah. Usually after you're murdered, you want your murderer to find happiness. So Rob, this one's yours too, the migration
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting because so when we were kids growing up, the story was migration, Siberian ice bridge. People came over that way 15,000 years ago.
Yep.
But they found lots and lots of evidence that people probably took boats over, and they found another population, and it was maybe 25,000 years ago. And at that point, some of the ice bridges are impassable. So like they must have gotten here by water, and there's been a big fight. There's a couple places near California where they supposedly have relics of Chinese sailors, like anchors and stuff like that. That's always been kind of debated. Well, they just did a big study, and they kind of found what is true in most cases. It's sort of middle of the ground, that indeed there are a bunch of populations in South America that come right from China that aren't the people that crossed the bridge. But now they think instead of crossing the ocean, they just followed the coast all the way around, and that's how they got there.
Like
Because
over
they have no
Antarctica?
proof otherwise.
Like across the
No, the other
Aleutians,
way.
right?
Yeah,
Huh.
up across the Bering, what is now the Bering
The
Strait.
Bering Strait.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is neat.
I love,
You see, we're all one people.
right. I love that when we were kids, there were things that we were told to be true. And as adults, like even in, the 40 years since then, the science on some of this stuff has changed, and like we learned and like we know more. I love that. That makes me happy.
I was at this event, right? And one of the people who was there was the Grabo guy. I don't know if you've seen these, man.
I
They're
don't know
so
what a grabo
cool.
is.
Basically, it's a here's a YouTube video.
An alphabet video.
Yeah, a DeepMind alphabet video. Okay, so basically, there are these portable handles, and you turn them on, and they suction things.
Are they vacuums?
Yeah, they're just vacuums.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little stronger than that, and
I
they have
would
like
hope.
a sort of a butylene seal, so you can pick up like things that aren't even all that flat,
Like your dog or your
papers.
kid.
You could try that. Some people have climbed up the sides of buildings with them and hung from ceilings, but you're not supposed to do that. There's a sticker.
Right. There's a sticker.
This sticker basically says, "Don't use this to climb up buildings like Spider-Man."
I would suggest that you don't let William Osmond have those.
Well, not for nothing. He was there at the event, and he's like, "Dude, that's the grab? He's got a Grabo, and his shirt says Grabo. Is he the Grabo guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so he went over there and he showed him the video of Alan Pan walking across the ceiling and the guy going up the side of the building, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we all saw that. You're not supposed to do that, you know."
Duh.
Oh man, it was
But there was
funny,
a
though.
sticker.
But he's like, there's a sticker.
Didn't you see the sticker?
Can you see the sticker? Anyway.
That's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
you're with those things, you are just one good day away from being like a D-level Marvel villain, right?
Mhm.
Oh, right.
You could totally fight Batrock the Leaper with that shit, right? You could be part of a gang, right?
That's right.
You got a jumper, you got a grabber, maybe have a guy who's really good with numbers, right? That's a superhero team. You're done.
I'm in. The last one we had on the list came from Magnum. Oh, look at that. That's terrifying.
Yeah, because he attached little like garage door remotes to each one.
Oh my
so
God.
he can move. So
Oh
he just
no.
stepped. He does fall if you give it a moment.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I would be afraid you'd rip the drywall off the wall, man.
Yeah, I don't think that, they're always making jokes. Well, we're gonna get evicted for this one, but
Oh God, that's
He, look,
terrible.
he looks quite a slight fellow, however. So maybe
he's like
drywall.
6 feet tall, so I think he's like 200 pounds. But yeah,
I'm just saying, I'm not trying that. You could I don't know how much you could pay me to do that. Like, it would be a lot.
basically they are getting paid to do it, right? Damn it. Anyway,
Technology, man. Well, okay.
that was the end. That was the end.
We have one
So
more
it's
on the
fine.
list that I wanted to share. You can do a reload.
Meg 2?
No, Magnum shared with us a story about those fishermen who got busted for putting weights in their fish. They got 10 years and they have to forfeit their boat.
Oh, good.
No, they got 10
Those
days.
scurrilous
Oh, 10
bastards.
days. That's nothing.
10 days? How's that justice?
For fish crime?
For fish crime. 10 days.
Jesus.
Hey, and they lost their expensive fishing boat. As if any lake would allow them back on anyway.
But, steal a fish for a man, and, he has it for one day. Teach a man to steal fish.
and he's in jail for 10 days.
He's in jail for 10 days.
The other one that I didn't put on the list, but I assume you guys saw. Did you see the guy who is suing about the butt plug made of metal?
No.
I didn't put it on for obvious reasons, but there's a guy who's suing a butt plug maker because it was advertised as being no metal. Turned out there was metal in it, and the guy went into an MRI machine.
Oh, good God.
And he's was messed up, and there's an X-ray.
Well, let me say, I think he was probably messed up before he did an MRI machine. If he decided, well, I'm getting an MRI today, I should put in.
Oh, that's a horrible X-ray.
You can put it up if you want. Put it up if you want.
I don't know. This is
it so I can see.
Yeah, share it with Rob. Do it fast.
All right, here we go.
Trigger warning.
It's hard to watch.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yeah, that went up there a ways, didn't
Yep.
it? Yikes.
Yep.
That also kind of looks like one of those old-timey World War I bombs you would drop out of your biplane.
It does.
Described as an anal rail gun.
Yeah, that checks out. Let's see. Do we have any media that's...
And at some point, someone's going to ask, what the hell were you thinking wearing that to a X-ray appointment, an MRI appointment? That's obviously something weird and strange. So it's... yes, if they said there was no metal in their butt plug, they should have stuck to that. I agree. Yes. But.
However.
There are a lot of butts. There are a lot of butts in this story.
However, if they didn't
wearing that to an MRI appointment, that's a you problem.
Right.
Is that the correct term, wearing it? I don't know what the correct term is, really. Yeah. Utilizing it.
This is somebody. Okay, let's. Yeah. I mean,
if they didn't ask him to do that so that they could have a funny picture, he probably should have done it.
Right. I don't know if there's any media coming out. I did see Guardians of the Galaxy. It's great.
What did you think?
I enjoyed it tremendously. I thought it was better than the second one. Maybe not as good as the first one. There's weird robot monster hybrid animal creature things in it that are next level weird, and I love it. They're Rocket's like family or whatever. They're tortured animals. And the visuals on that, they are disturbing. Oh no, he broke his brain. These animal, the disturbing images of animal torture, but visually, artistically, just really cool. I love that James Gunn got to take the style of Guardians of the Galaxy and make something that actually looks interesting and cool. Because I feel like a lot of those Marvel movies, they don't really They don't really go far out. They're kind of walking the center lane, or walking down the center of the road with a lot of that stuff. But it's really fun. They toned down the humor a little bit, amped up the emo a little bit. I'm interested to see what people think about Adam Warlock, because they made Adam Warlock is kind of dumb, and I don't know if people are gonna like that, because people seem to get uptight about that sort of thing.
He's one of the gold people, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The reviews I've seen of it so far, the only complaint is that there are people
He's in it.
like that character, and they're like, they made him a travesty.
Right.
They wasted him. Yada yada yada.
But I feel like that's kind of become a tradition now. Like MODOK was the same thing, right? Like Marvel has so many characters that they're willing to just waste a few characters in service of whatever their movie needs.
Yeah, and like, I'm not like, MODOK isn't my favorite villain, but oh my god, did they
Did him dirty?
He was awful. Yeah, they did him. He wasn't even MODOK.
Of course, definitely not. But in the same way that the Manchurian wasn't the Manchurian in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so the only thing is they had Elizabeth Debicki as I guess Aisha or whatever her name is in the first one, and she's incredible, and she's like 9 feet tall, normally, and
she's traveling backwards through time most of the time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like in Tenet. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, right. Because she was in Tenet.
Because she was in Tenet, which is a great movie.
Stupid movie. All right, I think we should wrap up.
We did it. We did it, guys. All right.
We did it.
We did it. Goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chris DeBona.
Oh, I watched the last Ant-Man. It was crap. See ya.
All right, that was episode 787 of Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Taco Malda, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.